December 28th, 9:51am, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, Rich. We are going to force Uncle to reveal his true identity, Yogi.
And also, fingers crossed, we're going to get a lot of things resolved today. I mean, especially for poor Edgeworth, because being bloody hell, the trauma.
Indeed. Oh, speaking of trauma, yeah, I think we're still carrying some extra voltage between the two of us. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum, as always. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell whether he's happy or sad, really.
I mean, certainly in this game, it's a lot easier to tell throughout pretty much the rest of the franchise.
What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge. Right, good idea.
Yes, literally touch grass.
Literally. Whoa, ya pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe? Morning, Mr. Edgeworth? Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. Ooh, nice.
Yay! Good on you, Gumshoe.
Yeah, he gets the job done. Eventually. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie.
Exactly, because why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember the past? But also, why on earth would the parrot know the word remember DL-6?
December 28th, 10am, District Court, Courtroom number 3. Order. Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood.
He is not a happy bunny.
Come on, don't be ordered to silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Okay, very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. This feels like a trap to me, Richard.
I know, it feels like a trap to me as well, but also it could just be that Von Karma realises that there's very little that he can do to get out of this particular situation.
Yeah,
so
true.
He's just sort of hoping that it ends quickly.
Witness, why did you run away yesterday? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Why I left court? I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is.
I think there's a couple of things we can press there.
Indeed. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yogi. You're Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. Alright.
I mean, fine, don't really care.
Bullshit, but...
I mean, of course he did, but whatever. Hold it.
You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yep, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are. The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof. Grr. How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible. I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. I need one of those...
Hold it right there on that one as well, but also, it's a shame for Von Karma, because future defence attorneys that you run into in the franchise would have excellent methods of getting into what's going on in somebody's head.
Yeah, for sure. Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge, it's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honour? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honour. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
And we're going to prove it in the best freaking way possible.
Haha! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honour. Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
It is, of course, Yanni Yogi, as Nick has been saying for ages.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi! From the DL-6 incident! It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honour, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Tisk, tisk, tisk. No, no, no. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory. This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honour? Please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file from Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. That seems a little bit too simple for me, Rich.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, and that's what you would do to a normal person, but as we will no doubt be told, there's a bit of a problem with that one.
The witness has no fingerprints. What? No fingerprints? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No! Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright?
I mean, this is where, DNA evidence would come into play, but obviously, in this slightly weird world, doesn't quite exist here, it would appear.
Also, he burned his DNA off at I don't know, a fucking fish packing plant. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
Well, there is.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one. Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright? Perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief,
Well, thank you very much for that suggestion, Von Karma. I really appreciate it, and it's actually a wonderful idea. Let's do it.
Cross-examine his parrot? What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to...
Oh, yes we are.
Your Honor? The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up? On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Yeah.
Oh, what a momentous day for the Ace Attorney franchise.
It is the best.
Just finished Dual Destinies, so I finished defending an orca in court, so...
Yes, I mean, that I will say, I do love that orca.
Yeah.
So good.
It's a real good case. Unfortunately, it does not stop Dual Destinies from being, like, my second least favourite game.
That's totally fair. It's one of those situations where it's very okay. I like where they were attempting to go. It's not that it's a bad game, as is sort of the case with a lot of these things where you have lots of high-profile cases. I mean, it's like when you look at like a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Obviously, yes, we're doing it. Look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The majority of the films are good to excellent.
Debatable.
And even there's been, as of late, there's been more ones that have sort of dropped in the quality. But even sort of like the worst MCU films are better than a lot of other direct that is out there.
Superhero films. Yeah.
So it's one of those things of going, even the worst Ace Attorney games are better than a lot of others. It's just that they don't match up to their betters, and that's a shame, but they're not always going to be winners.
Yeah, I liked Turnabout Academy, I liked The Final Case, and like I said, I really enjoyed Turnabout Reclaimed, but the others are just a bit But anyway, the witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird. Ahem. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us. Who is your owner? Hello, hello. I don't know what I expected.
I know, I mean, I feel like... I mean, yes, certainly the most concise testimony so far. But... Obviously, the whole thing is that you've got to speak to Polly in the right way, as we learned. You've got to go, hey, Polly, blah.
Ah, blah.
So, I think we need to press that.
Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere, Phoenix. Come on. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say?
What's your name?
Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly, Polly, rah! Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Of course.
Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is...
the DL-6 case file.
The DL-6 case file? That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is the proof on, then? Show us, or stop wasting our time. Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
Suspect data.
Of course. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly! Exactly, Your Honour. Just ignore the fact that Polly is a very common name for parrots.
Yes, but you know.
That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible. Bah! A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog that she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old. Interesting. We would need some of the corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that?
Quite easily, actually.
If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Very well, witness. You may continue.
If we go back to Hello Hello Squawk and press again, and I think we should ask what's the safe number.
Ah, yes. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right, what do I say? Yeah. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? I'm just throwing shit at a dartboard at this point. Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228 1228. Mime, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright? You aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker?
It definitely does.
Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha! Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Well, it's the DL-6 case file, again.
Again. The DL-6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case? Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number?
A case summary.
It's on the case summary page, specifically the date. The date of the incident? December 28th? Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the date of the DL-6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honour. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates. Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing.
Shall we go steal Von Karma's card?
I think we've reached a conclusion here. This is a mere coincidence, that's all. True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me. What are you saying? Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Oh, here we go. Tell us your name. Wait! This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Oh.
That's a change in demeanour, isn't it?
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So, was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Let's clear that up. I don't really feel great about it.
Agreed.
I saw no room for error in his confession. Then, the defendant Miles Edgeworth is innocent. In this case, at least.
Oh, for God's sake.
Right, Von Karma way to respond. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections? I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty!
Woo!
Huzzah!
Yay, success!
Oh.
So that's the end of the game, right?
Yeah, it's gotta be. Like, oh no, the rest of this walkthrough seems a bit lengthy. That was the fastest one of those cuts I've ever seen. That wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth? Your Honor, I object to your judgment. What do you mean? I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what? Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer at the DL-6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh. What do I do?
I'm kind of going to have to leave it to Edgeworth. There's not really much we can do on this one.
No. I'm sure Edgeworth thought about this one long and hard. This isn't my place to interfere. Nick, are you sure? There's nothing we can do about it. This is his problem now. For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But I just found my accent again. Now I know. It wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean, in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL-6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL-6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me.
He says, pointing at not himself, but whatever.
Here. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
I mean, that's entirely fair, but also, I think this might be the way that we win.
Hope so. Sorry, I had to have a steady swig of tea there. I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy! Just crazy! Nick? What are you doing? Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
Obviously.
What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth. But I don't believe your nightmare. What? Because you see, if Yogi can pretend to be mentally deficient for 15 years, why can't, like, the opposite be true? Like, what Edgeworth is believing to be real to be fake?
Well, of course, and also it's the whole thing of nightmares and nightmares. There may be elements of the truth in them, but it doesn't mean that it's the whole truth. He was a child. He was entirely traumatized by the event. He's not going to be thinking things clearly. Therefore, it's not really a full sound basis on which to sort of formulate anything.
No, that's not evidence. The statute of limitations on the DL-6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book. I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
It was what he wanted to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah. Question is why. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand? Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. Alright, let's see what you got to tell us, Edgeworth.
Uh-huh.
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted to stop them fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this memory was a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honour.
Indeed, and there is one wonderful, massive flaw in Edgeworth's testimony.
I think I know what it is, Rich. You tell me when I need to press.
How many gunshots were there on the day?
Ooh, it was more than one. Okay.
Let's bring up that DL-6 case file.
Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. But the accent goes in and out, don't worry about it.
It's fine, he's American but British coded, this is what happens.
He's a fucking, like, Britaboo. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
It's the victim data.
The only one we haven't gone with so far. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? Why was there darkness before he felt pain? It makes no sense. That one caught me out in spirit justice. Your Honour, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. No. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What? I see. Do you have a point, Mr. Wright? The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Yes, 100% we do.
Your Honour, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible! Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
What's the DL-6 incident photo?
There we go. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where?
Oh, you people are blind.
Show the judge the contradiction in the photo.
It's the bullet hole in the window.
Really, how could you miss that?
I know, it's just like... It's not that it ricocheted, because it literally went through glass. It does not bounce off of glass, it goes through.
Yeah.
Unless it's, really, really solid bulletproof glass, but that clearly is not.
Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honour. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, Von Karma's a bitch. Who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Look once more at the DL-6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary? That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. It didn't necessarily have to be on the scene itself.
Yeah.
Then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
Not necessarily.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Yeah, no, because there would be the evidence that the elevator door was not affected by a bullet hole the day before.
Yeah, also I'm pretty sure you can, like, tell which direction glass is broken in.
Yes, I do believe you can.
It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked the second bullet. So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. How did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
Nope, you are 100% correct, Nick. It's just, we've got to bluff our way to the solution.
Uh-huh. It looks like I was wrong. Nick? If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it, I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not. So you killed your father, though that was not your intention? Yes. Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt. Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now. Indeed. Does anyone have any objections? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright?
I have an objection, Your Honour. Quite a big one, actually.
I object. Tisk, tisk, tisk. No, no, no. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object from... Oof. Nick? I don't know, his case is perfect. Oh no. Grah. It must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
It's alright, he's just seeing ghosts. It's what happens to him.
Thank you, Obi-Wan. The second bullet, it existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. I realise that, Your Honour. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet, but why? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright.
I mean, that is true, but...
Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
The murderer didn't need it.
Ah. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
I mean, I suppose the correct way of phrasing it would be the murderer didn't need to search for it, rather than the murderer didn't need it, but...
yeah.
Yes, as Mia is telling us from beyond the grave, maybe they had to take it.
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Question the parrot again. The parrot took the bullet. No, Phoenix, too crazy. Yes, Your Honour. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer? The bullet hit the murderer.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second.
There we go.
I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Exactly.
I guess that's how that would work, yes. But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean the murderer came from outside, yes. Oh, we're so close, Rich.
I know.
Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet. The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known.
Why, thank you very much, but still.
It wasn't a compliment. What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. I just thought of something. Really crazy. Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Yeah. Someone went on a little vacation after the DL-6 incident. Having never taken a holiday before, and having never taken a holiday afterwards.
He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean... it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL-6 incident! Well, the prophetic what if did show the dude with like a ruff.
It did, and also the open mouth scream very much matched Von Karma.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now?
Say it now.
What better time could there be? Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma! Von Karma? You didn't deny it.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there? No, his granddaughter with the dog. Yes, this Von Karma. You don't object? I see no need. Why honour this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick! Let's find out who his doctor is.
Well, there's no guarantee that he would have used a doctor, and seemed to have been, clutching his right arm quite a lot throughout the entire trial, so...
Yes. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself.
Kinda can, but obviously not the smartest thing to do. If you ever get shot, do go to the bloody hospital.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Show evidence, because I think we can, because we have a wonderful little tool in our arsenal.
Ah, yes.
That should be able to locate a piece of metal.
What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is...
Get that metal detector out.
Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. You don't mean... I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Is that even possible for all these years?
Surprisingly, yes.
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Mr. Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. I refuse. You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you?
Yeah, we've got him. I mean, technically there would be a way out if he had had surgery on something, because then he could argue that he had, like, a metal socket in his shoulder, or he had a metal hip, or a plate or something. But no, his desire to be absolutely perfect is what has undone him.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing. Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. It reacted! Something's inside his right shoulder! The bullet! Mr. Von Karma? You! It was you! I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. Oh, come on!
Ugh.
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL-6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL-6. But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that? Prove? No, no, no. I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I. Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL-6?
We can. It would require him to go under some surgery so he can get the bullet out, but...
No, no, no. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close, 1 day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof. What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet to your shoulder to the DL-6 incident. And here's my final proof.
The DL-6 bullet. Not that one, it's the DL-6 one specifically.
Yeah, here we go. That's... a bullet? Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL-6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings?
Mm-hmm.
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun.
Mm-hmm.
The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Mr. Von Karma?
That is a scream and a half.
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help, I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. Rah! It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed. Mr. Von Karma? Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me? So, it was you. You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death!
Well,
15 years earlier.
I think that says it all, really, doesn't it?
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalised. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth! It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me? Penalised? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then, it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke for a medium blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. I even tricked a ghost.
I mean, it's very impressive, but, hey, we got him.
Hell yeah. Who would have thought another man would have come to open the elevator door? Judge! What? What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it. Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor? You were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare. Yes, Your Honor. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
Woohoo! Yay! And this is actual success!
Oh yeah,
Yay.
and it feels good. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh boy, I didn't think we were going to get out of that one, Rich.
I know, it was very hairy for quite a bit there, but hey, we made it.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed. I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright. You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. We got you the not guilty verdict twice. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month.
Oh, bless him.
But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Ahem. Whoop! I feel foolish.
You foolishly foolish fool.
Oh, it's got PTSD there. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey y'all, I forgot about you.
I know, but hey, she did help out in the end. Even if she got us into a huge amount of trouble to begin with, but you know.
Thank you all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
I mean, that is actually quite true.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let's let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Laura? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? Oh, Larry.
Oh, Larry.
My life is over. Well, if it was the GBA, maybe, because this was where the original game ended, but there is still one more case in this version of Ace Attorney.
There is indeed, and oh boy, it's a long one.
It's Kianse. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. What is it with you in Paris?
What is it with the ladies that he's falling in love with in Paris? Because they all seem to go there.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along tonight too, my treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo-Yo Nick. No, it's Yo-Yo Bar, but whatever. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right?
Well, for you it might be, but you never know.
I think should be is the correct term, but...
Yes.
Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh, what a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
Mm-hmm.
$38. No. No! Larry, it was you!
Yep.
What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
Oh, Larry.
I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
Oh, we've used that many, many times.
Really, Wright? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Unrepentant, I see.
I know.
You should have told me! Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Grr. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
My life is a lie.
Well, you always have been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily too. Death! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I had known I had to become a prosecutor. Would have been perfect prosecutor instead of ace attorney. For the longest time I thought I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself.
Oh, bless him.
If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth, Want to switch, Wright? If Phoenix turned up one day wearing, like, magenta and Edgeworth wore blue, I'd have a panic attack.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that one. But also, considering future events of the franchise, it would also be quite funny to see Nick take... Actually, technically, he does, maybe at one point, Slaughter take a prosecutorial stance, but that's for another day.
December 29th, 5:02 AM, Wright & Co. Law Officers.
So, Edgeworth, you're going to pay us the big bucks, right?
Bloody hope so. Need to pay rent this month. Well, I went a little bit overboard yesterday. My head hurts. He was getting drunk. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Huh? What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick.
I mean, that is entirely a lie, but...
Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up.
Well, it's the DL-6 bullet, of course.
A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL-6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Aww.
Aww.
Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. Exclusive to the DS and collection version of the game. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! don't think you've graduated yet, amateur. Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim? Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this.